But it is not Nordic. It is NATO and European.
If I may add to this, this is also the sign of our times, that that we have this thinking when it comes to a lot of countries in the world, that whether we need a nuclear weapon, which is very dangerous development, because so far, it was the non-proliferation, and it was in everybody's interest, really. But now, and it started with Russia's war, because then a lot of countries saw that actually threatening with the nuclear weapon works. You get to walk away with what you want. Yeah. And okay, so there's a thinking, all those countries who have appetite for their neighbors' territories is like, okay, we should have a nuclear weapon, because then we get what we want. And all those countries who are afraid of their neighbors think that, this is the only thing that works, so we should have a nuclear weapon. And I think, in terms of the world order, this is a very dangerous development.
Exactly. Time is running. I would like to end with the main security threat in Europe. That's Ukraine. It's Russia's war against Ukraine. It's going into its 5th year this February. What is the path forward for the European Union to support Ukraine? And what role can Europe play in the future of some kind of peace process? I think that so far we have been very reactive to what's coming out of Washington. Should we be more in taking an initiative? It's a terrible war. We have to end it.
Well, we had this discussion in the morning as well. Now, the problem is that what we see right now is that there has been a lot of push on Ukrainians to make very difficult concessions, which they are willing to do because they really want this war to stop. Now, this is blurring the picture from where the problem actually lies. If you think, last 100 years, Russia has attacked at least 19 countries, some as many as 3 or 4 times. None of those countries has ever attacked Russia. So the question is how we make sure that this war does not continue or go anywhere else. So we need to see concessions on the Russian side, on limitations on their military budget, on their army, all these things, or nuclear weapons. Yep. So that to take this threat really away, plus the accountability for the crimes that they have committed. Now, there's no talk about this. Now, of course, the Russians see that why should they talk to the Europeans if, talking to the Americans is delivering them the maximalist demands that they haven't even conquered militarily. So if we say that, you should talk to us because we want you to make concessions, I mean, why should they? So I think, in the peace process, we have a very clear role, because what we have seen is that, you can agree whatever, but if Europe is not agreeing to this, you need Europe on board, because then it also works. We need to think about the life after as well. We were discussing before, and really to what is our approach right now is that we need to put more pressure on Russia so that they would go from pretending to negotiate to actually negotiate. And that's what we are doing, because otherwise, we don't have actually a choice, and supporting Ukraine, of course.
Støre, a last word on
Well, I mean, because geography matters, the day this war is over and it has to end, I think the Ukrainians will keep fighting, because they are not likely to lie down, and we should support them with military means. We should support them with energy. We should support them diplomatically. But the day it ends, it will still be Europe. Yeah. Don't forget. And that is why, how we build the economic development plan. And think about, the generations of Ukrainians who will be affected by this. There are 4.5 million refugees. Yeah. 100,000 of them in Norway. So, and all of these are European tasks, and it will be big time issues for us to solve. So we have to keep our focus.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister and High Representative Kallas, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.